Your bank is profiting from your obedience. And while you're following your grandparents' advice to save for a rainy day, you are actually signing your own insolvency papers. In 2026, saving money isn't prudent. It is the riskiest strategy of your life. You know that feeling of running on a treadmill that's accelerating faster than your legs can keep up? That is exactly where you are right now. Stay with me for the next few minutes because I'm going to reveal the 80-20 rule that banks pray you never discover. And what I'm going to reveal at the end of this video will permanently change the way you look at every single dollar in your wallet. You grew up hearing that saving is a virtue. A penny saved is a penny earned, right? Wrong. In 2026, the penny has evaporated and the jar is empty. What they forgot to tell you is that sitting money is dying money. The current financial system wasn't designed to reward those who save. It was designed to devour those who wait. Look at this. While your money rests in a savings account with pathetic interest rates, the bank is lending that exact same money out at a rate 10 times higher. They use your capital to buy real assets, while you're left with a digital number that loses value every single second. You aren't saving, you are financing the wealth of the very people telling you to be frugal. But the real threat is invisible. It's called silent inflation 2.0. Think about what $50 bought you 2 years ago. Now look at what it buys you today. Can you see the gap? That empty space between what you had and what you have is the price of your obedience. Most people make the mistake of confusing money with wealth. Money is just paper or a pixel that the government can print at will.
Let's check the
Wealth
figures.
is something the printing press cannot
Now for the
create.
payoff. Digital
if you
and physical
are trying to
success.
accumulate paper in 2026, you are collecting tickets for a train that is already derailed. The big problem, most of us were educated by people who lived in a world that no longer exists, a world
This
where
town is
hard work
amazing.
and saving
It really
were
is.
enough.
The architecture is
Today,
lovely.
if you
Look,
work
that
hard
building
and
is from the
save,
1700s.
you end up tired and poor. The tension is rising because the window of opportunity is closing. The system is shifting to a model where only two types of people exist: asset owners and rent payers. Which side of the line do you want to be on 6 months from now? I'm opening a loop here. There is a specific tool, probably in your pocket right now, that is the greatest savings destroyer in history. It's not your credit card. It's something much more subtle. We'll talk about that in a moment. The 80-20 rule the bank is hiding. Here is the secret that separates
Let's review the latest data.
investors who
The
win,
brown segment has
even the
grown,
dumb
indicating a
ones, as the
positive
saying
trend.
goes,
This is a
from
great
the
result
smart
for our
savers
strategy.
who lose everything. The 80-20 rule of the new economy. 80% of your financial effort shouldn't be about keeping. It should be about converting. Converting fiat currency into high-velocity assets. While the 99% are worried about skipping their morning latte to save $5 a day, the strategic investor is focused on how to put those $5 to work in systems that scale without their time. Why does your bank offer you savings plans? Because they need your money as fuel for their machine. If you stop saving and start investing directly, their machine stops. They need you to be afraid. Afraid of the market, afraid of risk, afraid of the unknown. But in 2026, the greatest risk is taking no risk at all. Remember that tool in your pocket I mentioned? It's your immediate liquidity mindset. The obsession with having money available for any emergency is what keeps you shackled. People keep $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for safety, but that safety is a mirage.
December
If
is
the
here.
value of
Time to
money
review the
drops
plan.
15%
Q4
in
goals
a
are
year,
on track.
Your
Excellent
safety
progress.
just cost you $4,500 in lost purchasing power. That is legalized robbery. What should you do then? If saving is risky, what's the way out? The solution isn't to spend everything on
All right,
liabilities.
time to inspect the perimeter.
solution is
These
capital
walls are solid.
transformation.
Nothing gets through.
Imagine
Onward.
every dollar you have is a soldier. If you leave it in the bank, he's in the barracks, sleeping. If you put it into a real asset, he's on the front lines conquering territory for you. In 2026, the financial war isn't won with defense, it's won with attack. The cliffhanger. What happens in December?
What is this
We
thing?
are reaching the breaking point.
It won't crush.
All indicators point to a
Incredible.
massive correction at the end of this year. And guess who's going to suffer the most? The ones with safe money in the bank. When liquidity dries up,
Wow, this
banks
coin
will
is shining
limit
so
withdrawals.
brightly.
It's happened
Magical.
before,
Look at that
and it will
light.
happen again.
Incredible.
Your money will be trapped in a digital vault while the world outside becomes increasingly expensive. But there is a way out, a strategy I call the asset bunker. It's not gold, it's not traditional real estate, and it's definitely not what your bank's financial advisor is going to suggest. It's something you can start with $100, but it has the power to shield you from the currency devaluation that is about to explode. Here is your action plan to survive 2026. First, kill the savings account. Keep only what is strictly necessary for 3 months of basic expenses, not a cent more. Second, apply the 80-20 rule. Invest 80% of your surplus into assets with scarcity protection, things that cannot be printed. Third, forget excessive diversification. In times of crisis, diversification is just a way to ensure you lose everywhere. Focus on 3 high-value pillars. Relief comes when you realize you don't need more money, you need better money. Transformation happens the moment you stop being a customer of the bank and start being an owner of the system. The promise I made at the beginning was to show you why saving is the biggest risk. Now you know. Saving is betting against math and in favor of someone else's greed. The future doesn't belong to those who store, it belongs to those who position. The train is leaving the station. Are you going to stay on the platform counting the coins you have
No
left?
entry? This
or are
is
you going to
ridiculous.
take control
Yeah, what's
of the
the big
locomotive?
idea?
I've been waiting
The
forever.
choice is yours.
This is absurd.
But remember, in 2026, the silence of your money in the bank is the sound of your wealth disappearing. Act now. Time is the only asset you can't buy back.